have this Freightliner truck here, and it's a '98 Century class, and it has a big sleeper cab. And my son, our son, he's 16-year-old. He uses it for his bedroom. It's got a condo sleeper with 2 bunks and lots of room to hang clothes, and he likes having his own room in that way. So eventually we're going to paint it to match the Home on Wheels. It holds 300 gallons of diesel, which we probably get about 10 miles per gallon, maybe 12 with this kind of a load, and so you can go quite a long way on 300 gallons. We also have 200 gallons of waste capacity on the truck itself, so we can take our waste away and stay, without breaking camp. We can, leave the trailer set up so we can stay for extended periods. We built the trailer from scratch. A friend of ours, Jody Cormany, is a very good welder. He welded the frame, which is steel. It's predominantly made of marine plywood that's vacuum bonded together with styrofoam in the middle, which provides good insulation, and the plywood makes good bracing without being heavy. I just had the design in my head, and it pretty much looks how I envisioned it would look, and the children helped out building it. My wife was a big help. We've lived in it for 5 years, like I said before. We just have been renting little spots on friends' acreage, and we don't own any land. Eventually we might purchase some property to call home base, but what with property values right now, it's difficult to do. A 5-year plan is to completely get out of debt, which is a major goal, and that would free us up to be able to travel around and work our way around the country without debt hanging over us. And I'd like to go to every state, but we want to play music at churches and various gatherings around the country, and we also want to do dramas and tell people about Jesus and their need for reconciliation with God through the person of Jesus Christ, and we're born again Christians, and we've seen the difference that Christ has made in our lives, and there's a verse in the Bible that talks about taking the gospel to the highways and the byways, and that's what we want to do. I'm not a minister, but all Christians are ambassadors for God, and we just want to take the gospel out there and just brush up against people and talk to people that we otherwise wouldn't have a reason to talk to them. The Home on Wheels tends to draw attention because it's so unusual, so it gives us a chance to meet people that we wouldn't otherwise meet. And we've met a lot of neat people since we've been here in Port Townsend. We just had a lady came by that she came to Port Townsend in a motorhome that her father built in 80 years ago, and they think they might have been some of the first RVers, and it was really interesting talking with her, and she was showing us pictures of their travels, and it was really neat. This Home on Wheels is very eclectic in style. It's got a lot of different woods, and it's built out a lot of scrap wood that otherwise wouldn't be used. I work on yachts, and the yacht building is so particular that what they're looking for is very straight grain in the wood, and not a lot of wild grain, and so consequently I get to use wood that's not suitable for that, that's rejected, and being able to incorporate some of it into the construction of this. We have some teak and around this dinette here, and some mahogany, and even some woods from my native country of New Zealand, rimu, and this counter is kauri, which is a New Zealand wood, and then we've introduced a little paint to bring some color into things. And my wife just painted these door panels here.
We've been working so many years in trying to get this done that we felt like life was passing us by, and one of our original ideas for doing it is John wanted to spend more time with the children, and building it, we've ended up spending so many years working on it that he felt he wasn't spending time with the children. So 2 years ago we started going to this camp called Ross Point, and so we'll be going there a third time this year, and then that enables John to be able to spend some time with the children, and then hopefully we'll be able to make up for lost time when we do go on the road.
So you're planning on going on the road in 2 weeks?
Well, we'll just be going over to Idaho and then coming back and staying on acreage until we're able to pay off the rest of the money we owe for buildings.
Yeah, we're hoping that next year we might be able to go on the road and actually do a tour around the country. And we don't know exactly where we're going to go. Just kind of, I love spontaneity. I love not really planning things too much in advance, but just hey, let's go here. And thankfully my wife's that same way. So yeah.
Or I roll with the punches.
Yeah.